Hello, teacher Christian. Today we are going to explain our problem that is bushfires in Australia that take place in 2019 and 2020. Here we have the table that we used to prepare this presentation and this research. In this case, we are going to provide a short introduction, a background, three main ideas, some examples, details, and also the solutions for this problem. Well, as a short introduction, I could say that bushfires in Australia occur for many reasons. But in this case, we are just going to explain the consequences. Um, well, as many people know, this bushfire was the largest and also the most dangerous for this country. So we are going to talk about the consequences in humans, animals, and also the environment that were damaged because of that.
Background. Well, as a background, we can say that Australia is a very famous place in all the world. We can say that Australia is famous because his beautiful environment and amazing buildings, and because in Australia there are different species of animals that are important for our world. Also, Australia is very famous because it's a hot place. During the years of 2019 and 2020 was the most dangerous time for these special species of animals and people, and also for the environment. During this period of time was known as a black summer because Australia was damaged. In December, Australia recorded the hottest day in almost 30 years. The temperature was 41.9 degrees Celsius. Well, there are different reasons of why these fires was very strong, and some reasons are hot environment and strong winds and dry season, and finally the lack of rain during this period of time. And thank you. The next.
Okay, the first main idea that we have, as you notice, is affecting people. When all of you know about this, there are a lot of people that are affected for this terrible natural disaster, and you notice that it's important to mention this as a reference for the people are dead, and also for the people who are heroes in this terrible natural disaster. So we have that 33 people are dead. This is a product of the burning of the forest, and the people are rescued are dying during this process of rescue animals and also people. Uh, Also, we have that three people are missing, and this is a part of firefighters and rescued people. Mhm. Then we have that Australian rely heavily on volunteer firefighters, especially in rural bushes where much of the fire are burning. Australia military sent its own archive in vessel and 3 millions of army reservists. Mhm. And also we have that help is coming from abroad, United States, Canada, and Malaysia, that helps people to combat the fire in this area. And also we have the people, the half of the population are removed this home from a safe So, thank you. Continue, please.
Animals rescue. Well, as I said before, Australia is famous because their species of animals and environment. But related to animals, here we can mention two principal or famous animals that are from Australia. Here we have kangaroos and koalas. Well, we have dead animals in this as examples, and as the animals that I mentioned was very affected. As an example, here we have the koalas population. Around 25 thousand koalas were dead because of these fires. They were dead in the kangaroos island. Also, Australia is famous for different species of animals, I said before. These species of animals are in danger, but we can notice that during these fires, almost 1 billion of different species of animals were dead. Here we can find different species such as mammals, bears, and reptiles, and unfortunately, they lost their lives. Thank you.
Okay, also, as another main idea, we have that the environment also was affected. In this case, I'm going to talk about homes and habitats. Many people lost their homes. Around 3,094 houses were burned because of these fires. And about the forest, 191,000 hectares over 79 days um, were lost because of the fire. So in this case, as my partner Brian says, many animals lost their habitats, and this is something really, really bad for the environment.
As a solutions, we have that prevent future biggest bushfire. It's important, and you know that the key is uh, the education. It's important that educate people for prevent this kind of bushfire. Why? It's important to mention that call the authorities, the firefighters when you see this kind of activity in the forest. And also, it's give instructions to prepare people how they do in this case. As a second, we have that create sanctuary for animals. They need to be protected. As you notice, my partner says previously that there are some animals that are in danger of extinction. It's important to try to save them of the people that try to do damage. And as the final conclusion is reforest the affected areas as an effort to recover all of the forests that are lost in this process of burning bushes. Thank you.
Then we have here the reference that we use and where we search about this information of Australia bushfires. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So much.